Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shante Roddy. I am back with an important update regarding the Paycheck Protection Program. I'm going to be talking about the latest extension, walking you through the process of me applying for the Paycheck Protection Program, forgivable loan program. And then giving you all an opportunity to ask questions. So that is so important. I know a lot of you entrepreneurs, small business owners out there have a lot of questions pertaining to PPP. So I would invite you on to list your questions so I can review those live on air. As always, as you all are coming on, just let me know who you are, where you're hailing from, what your business is. Let me know that you can hear me and see me clearly, because again, this is important information, latest up-to-date information that you need to know so that you can get a financial lifeline for your business. We thank you to all of our supporters out there, all of our subscribers. If you have not subscribed already, do subscribe to our channel. Do give this a thumbs up, hit that love button so that more small business owners can see this. Do share out this video in our channel so you can help another fellow entrepreneur and small business owner who is out there. Now, okay, I'm going to get right to it because I was on earlier. If you missed the live that I did earlier in the day, that was regarding the increase for the eidl loan and the extension of the deferment. So if you need information on that program, do go check out that video. I'm doing individual videos, explainer videos for each of these programs because information is coming out so quickly, updates, changes, new programs. So it's important to keep you updated and informed on everything that's going on. So this video is, we're going to focus on the Paycheck Protection Program, which most of you all do know is one of the very popular funding stimulus relief programs that came out of the CARES Act that has been extended multiple times, even under the latest American Rescue Plan. And then the Congress, meaning the House and Senate, last week, the Senate last week passed the bill to extend the deadline, the application deadline, from March 31st of 2021 to May 31st of 2021. So that's important to note because we know that a lot of still business owners still have applications in the pipeline. A lot of businesses wanted to apply, and with the American Rescue Plan Act, there were changes made to the program. The President Biden made new changes to make this program more accessible to the smallest of small business owners, especially those who don't have employees, changing the formula to calculate how much of a loan that you would get, making millions more of qualify, and then having the ability to get increased amount in funding. So this is a forgivable loan program. In order to qualify, you need to have been in business, operating your business as of or before February 15th of 2020. So that pertains to you if you're a gig worker, self-employed, if you consider yourself a network marketer, a solopreneur, small business owner, with employees or without employees. As long as you have 500 employees or less, you qualify for this program for the first draw. So that's important. This program, as it was extended in with funding, more dollars, billions more dollars, right? And then it was also extended as far as being able to not only apply for first draw, but you can also, after you apply for first draw, get funded, you have an opportunity to apply for second draw. So I see many more have come on. So just as a reminder, do drop your questions. If you have questions related to PPP, I'm going to try to answer as many as I can while I'm on this broadcast. Do share out this video and do give this a thumbs up. Now, it's been extended. That's important because it's still so many millions that don't know about this program, don't think that they're qualified, haven't applied, or are struggling with the process of pulling the information together and knowing how to apply. So that is why I am here. Now, the American Institute for CPAs is a big advocate as far as small business owners are concerned, have been really played an integral role in getting a lot of the improvements that we see now with the Paycheck Protection Program. So they are very happy. They were calling for this extension. So they're very happy about that. So that means that you can apply up through May 31st, 2021. And then the SBA also has an additional 30 days to June 30th to process all of those applications that are in the pipeline. So some of the reasons why the extension is needed, like I said, there were new rules around the calculations for Schedule C filers and other rules. Changes to the program that made more businesses eligible. There has been issues. So some of you all are saying your application hasn't been processed or you haven't had an approval and it's been waiting a long time. I want to let you know that there are 2 million or around 2 million applications that are held up right now due to error codes in the SBA system. So you have to understand, and when you submit your application to the lender does their part. So you submit yours to the lender, then they approve on their end. They have you sign documents, then it goes to the SBA. The SBA has to then approve it and then issue you a loan number. And then at that time, that's when they start processing your funding, meaning starting the process to get the money in your bank account. So it's 2 million held up in the SBA system. So this is giving them time to work through those issues. There's still over 100,000 too that they said that are still waiting to be approved. I believe 169,000 that are waiting to be approved. So again, if that is you, it may not be anything that you're doing. If they meaning your lender hasn't come back to you and said, there is something that some documentation or something that you owe them, then it may just be held up with the SBA. Now, I want to walk through my process to tell you what's happened with me. I'm very excited because I applied for or under 2 of my businesses. So you can apply if you have more than one business and meets the eligibility requirements. I would encourage you to apply under both businesses. So I applied under one business, and let me walk through this process. So I got approved today. So I'm excited about it. I made a big announcement on our wall and on our Facebook page that we not only got approved, but they deposited the funds into my bank account. So my process has moved pretty quickly. But if you're saying that you applied months ago and you haven't heard word back, not an approval, not a denial, that's concerning. I would make sure that you're applying with at least 2 or 3 different lenders. That's because it's going to take time. So patience is patience is key. But if you're seeing it's taking too long, just apply. Let that one sit until they follow up with you, but apply with another lender. Now, we're helping people with DAC, which is David Allen Capital. So that information is in the comments. PayPal is also very quick. I have applied through both companies. I'm hearing Lendio has been moving quickly. Womply. And there's a lot of different approved lenders or facilitators that can help you through the process with your application. So not all of them are taking a super long time to process. Now, people have asked me, so I'm going to walk you through exactly when I applied for the first company. So on the first company, I applied on March the 12th. Between that and the 24th, they requested information. We went back a couple times. They said they needed some additional information. I followed up, provided them information. But let me tell you, they've been really consistent and on point, keeping up communication. I mean, I've never gone without 2 or 3 days, more than 2 or 3 days without having some type of correspondence. Either they're prompting me to action, or they're telling me, okay, we have your information, it's under review. So they should be doing that with you as well. So I did that on March the 24th. They sent me an email to sign documents, and they're using DocuSign. So they sent me that. Simple process. Click the button, e-sign, the read, and then e-sign it. Simple. There's nothing I have to download and re-upload and send back. On March the 26th, the SBA actually assigned me a loan number. So that's what I said. So you work with the lender, you submit all your information correctly, they review it. If everything is good, they will send you documents to sign, the loan paperwork. Then it goes to the SBA. The SBA then in their system have to approve it. Then they send it back with the loan number. That's what happened on the 26th. And today, the 29th, I received a deposit. Now, I received the email which prompted me to go look for my deposit because I had checked yesterday just to check because I monitor everything like I tell you all to do. I received an email and it said, congratulations, you've been funded. So I said, okay, let me go look at my bank account, and the money was there, okay, through ACH debit. That's why I tell you all, people keep asking me, can I use Cash App? Can I only have PayPal? I can't say this enough times. I will repeat it until I can't say it anymore. Is to go get a business bank account. They're not going to send money to Cash App. They're not going to send your money to PayPal or some other system. You need to have a business bank account if you are running a business. It's very simple. If you have our tools, we have recommendations for banks in there. It's pretty simple to set up a business bank account if you have everything that you need, like an EIN, and you're registered with your state. You go in. Some bank accounts are free. You may have to put $25, $50, or $100 down in order to open up the account, but it's worth it because you're talking about billions and billions of dollars for which you can get thousands and thousands of dollars for your business. And you don't want the reason that you don't get free money for your business is that you just don't or won't get a business bank account. That's something that you're going to need. So I highly recommend that you do it. And not only that, it have to have the ACH functionality. So you definitely want to check that and make sure that it does. That means that the account has the capability to receive wire transfers. You want your money and you want it quickly. So that's how everything was able to run smoothly on this end. And so before I got that notification, I was notified. So in the middle of the night, the wee hours of the night, I saw an email that came through. So the emails are coming in the middle of the night, all times of the day, and on weekends. So be on the look for that. And I received the notification for my other business that I put in the application, I believe, days later, maybe about 5 days later, because I had even forgotten to apply under my second business. That's why I said, if you have multiple businesses registered, they're totally separate, apply, right? If you have a need, apply for the businesses if you have them. That's what I did. That went relatively quickly as well. So I was approved by the lender today, received the documents to sign, at which time I sign them. Then it will go to the SBA. I will get assigned a loan number, and then they will start processing the funds to go to my account. So that's basically how it works. So I'm super excited about that I have this opportunity. And with the extension, not only do I have the opportunity to get first draw, right? I was not able to do that before they changed the calculation methodology for Schedule C filers. Okay. So all of you if you file on the Schedule C, if you are an individual that doesn't have any employees, this is really for you. I think you all are the ones with the biggest challenges. So the rules change allow us to be able to qualify where we may not have qualified before. Like I didn't qualify before. So I was helping other people apply, right? Because I know the program inside and out, but my business did not qualify because it didn't matter how much I made gross in my business, because after expenses in my business, I had a loss, or it was so low that I wouldn't qualify because lenders really, a lot of them aren't even processing applications if your loan will result in anything less than $1,000. Then they tell you that on their website. So I was one of those. So again, we've been advocating, using our voice, pushing for them to change some of these rules to again get money in the hands of the smallest of small businesses. And that's what they did. They changed the rules to allow you to either use your gross revenues or gross receipts or your net income on your Schedule C. So it was line 31, and you all know if it was low, if it was zero or negative, you just did not qualify. Now you do. Now I do. So I'm taking advantage of it, and that's why I'm encouraging you all to do the same. So you now use your line 7. Whatever that number is on line number 7 on your Schedule C, you're going to divide that by 12. Divide it by 12. Then you're going to times that by 2.5. If you're in the food industry, right, under code 72, then you can times it by 3.5. That is your number. That tells you how much you would qualify for. And the max for your owner's compensation that you can qualify for is $20,833.33. Again, this is a forgivable loan, which you can apply a simple application for forgiveness and get 100% forgiveness as long as you spend 60% or more on payroll related costs. If the other 40% is on non-payroll related costs and it's specific specific things that you can spend the money on. So I had someone earlier today asking if they can spend money on certain things. They have highlighted specifically what you can spend it on. If you have no employees like myself, you can use 100% of your PPP money that you have been funded on your owner's compensation or your salary replacement. These are all terms that you can use. If you pay yourself a salary, it depends on how you're structuring your business. So some business owners are on payroll. If you're using an accounting system like QuickBooks or other accounting system, it may have like an owner's compensation category in there. One of my peers told me that is that way for her. Will make it easy for you to actually distinguish and spend the money, because you want to make sure you keep a record that you spent it on this, on your owner's compensation. But you can spend 100%. You don't have to concern yourself with, oh, I have to spend 60% on this and 40% on this. You can spend the entire 100% on your salary, on your owner's compensation. So I'm going to tell you how I do it, because I've been told 5 different people today already. So let me just tell you, then you can go tell your friends. This may be an option for you, okay? In my business account, I have a bill pay area where I can set up different payees. I have myself set up as a payee, and you can send one-time payments, recurring payments. So when I got this, as soon as I got the deposit, I schedule owner compensation payments to myself as the payee. I, Shante Roddy, am the payee that my business is paying owner's compensation to. So I hope that makes sense for you. So I said that I'm already set up in the system. So whenever I want to send myself money, if it's weekly basis, bi-weekly, if it's just once a year, I'm paying myself, I can do it that way. Okay. So I took the amount that I received and I broke it up how I wanted to. Do it how you want to. But I just spread it out where I'm paying myself every week for the next 8 weeks. Okay. That's how I did it. It's all pre-scheduled with varying amounts to equal out to the amount that they gave me for PPP. And so I have it notated in my accounting system, is notated in my banking account. There's a memo section. So you want to make sure it's properly labeled what it is. And so what I labeled it as is owner's draw PPP. So I know that it's not just the owner's draw, but it is related to my PPP funding. So it's clear. It's an audit trail. If anybody ever comes back and questions me on what I spent my money on, there's no problem. I'm not scared. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about going to jail or anything, somebody auditing me, because I know I have my paperwork, I have my audit trail, and then I notate it in my other records and where I keep my track of my grants as well. So you find a process that works for you. that process works for me. So it's clearly labeled. I will do the same thing for my other business and the second draws that I receive. So it's clearly labeled that I am paying myself my salary replacement for that PPP money. That is what I'm using that money for. So I hope that makes sense to everybody that is out here. So again, I encourage you all to apply. The PPP is now open. If you were an ex-felon and it was non-fraud, like financial fraud related, financial fraud related, you can apply. If you are one that was defaulted on your student loan and you couldn't apply or qualify before, you can now qualify. If you are on like green card, not a U.S. citizen, you're on green card or something like that, or visa, you can now qualify to apply on behalf of your business. Okay. And so I want you all to apply. You all know business owners and entrepreneurs out there that are struggling, on the verge of closing their doors, I had to pause, not getting clients, on unemployment. I would encourage you to share this video. Tell them about the Paycheck Protection Program. Encourage them to apply. Business owners, if you're a business owner and you have 1099 workers, like if you have a barbershop, if you have a salon, a lot of you all have it where your stylist and your manicurists and your barbers are 1099, are on 1099. That means they have their own business. They're not your employee. Tell them about this program and encourage them to apply, because if they don't, they are missing out on a financial lifeline, free money for their business. And they changed the rules so we can all get a part of the billions of dollars that is available through this program that before they may not have been able to get. I mean, if it's, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, again, it's up to a max of $20,833. So whatever it is, wouldn't that help you in your business? Wouldn't that be a support to your business to really help you build back to where you were, to be able to pivot, to be able to scale and grow your business? So that's what I want to see. And so again, if you have questions related to PPP, whether first draw or second draw, please do let me know. One of the things I did want to mention as well is PPP forgiveness. There's still millions of small business owners that have not requested forgiveness. Now, in order to get forgiveness, you need to spend the money within 8 to 24 weeks. Those are the rules. You need to spend the money when you get funded. You see, I didn't wait. I already knew where the money was going, what I was going to spend it on, and I set it up. I did not wait. You have 8 to 24 weeks that you need to spend it in order to get full forgiveness. Now, with this program, you can get full forgiveness, you can get partial forgiveness, or no forgiveness. And if you get zero forgiveness, there's still a great payment terms, 1% interest rate, a maturity of 5 years, just depending on when you apply. But if you're applying now, the maturity is 5 years. But there's no reason why you shouldn't get 100% of forgiveness, especially if you're funded $150,000 or less. It's a simple one-page application and a self-certification. You don't have to provide any follow-up documentation, but you need to keep your documents and your records, because you just never know when they're going to come back and ask you for them. You apply for forgiveness through your lender. Whoever lended you the money, that's who you're going to request forgiveness from. Okay. And so they're all doing it in different ways, different phases, because again, they have to update their system to align with the latest regulations. And as we say, basically, every other week, there's a change in the program. So then they have to stop it. You want to make sure that when they're processing yours is aligned with the latest rules and regulations. Okay. But I would encourage you all to put it in your forgiveness applications. That's one thing to note when you do apply, or if you apply for second draw, and I would encourage you all to do that. There's still time for you to do so. When you apply, you need to, in order to get forgiveness on your second draw, you need to, you don't have to have forgiveness on your first loan, but you have to plan to. So the rules are, are clear about that. So you have to plan to request forgiveness of your first draw loan in order to qualify for forgiveness of the second loan. So be prepared for that. Excuse me. So while I'm on here, I'm going to see what questions are out here. Again, I'm going to be answering PPP questions. Okay, it says, is there a number of PPP apps to apply for? I've applied to 3 entities thus far and still waiting. Again, I just expressed that it may not even be the lenders while you're still waiting. It may just be that it's held up with the SBA, depending on what stage you're in. So what you want to ask yourself is, have they been communicating with you along the way? Not that if it's been approved, but have they been keeping communication? Like I said, I received communication every few days. It wasn't weeks before I heard anything or them requesting additional information from me. But if you're still waiting, again, from beginning to end, which means the day that I applied to the day I got the deposit, took 17 days. So that could give you like a baseline of how long it could possibly take. And I thought that was relatively quick. And so one of my peers commented on my other live is that she's been waiting 12 days. So, okay, so you're good. It took 17 days in all in order to get approved. And again, we did go back. We exchanged information a couple times. And I think between each time, it was probably 2 days for them to review. Then they came back with the email to state that it was moving on to the next step, or that they needed additional information. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Someone else is saying, the first time they weren't approved, but was approved this time. Do I qualify for another draw? Wait to get funded. Wait till you get funded the first draw before you apply for the second draw. Now, some people have asked me before. It does say that you should be waiting 8 weeks. However, I know people that did not wait 8 weeks to apply for second draw, and they have been funded. So my plan is to apply within 2 weeks. Okay, so I just got funded. I'm going to wait 2 weeks and then put in another application for my second draw. But yeah, so, and if you receive funding for your first draw in 2020, you definitely should be applying for second draw already. Okay. Someone else is saying, I have 3 businesses been funded for the 2 through PPP. Okay, awesome. Congratulations. So yeah, and I have peers that forgot too. And it wasn't until I mentioned it that they were like, oh my goodness, I have multiple businesses too. And I didn't even think about it. I don't know. It just escaped my mind. I was like, oh my goodness. And I was like, let me get this in before the March 31st deadline. Now I would encourage you all to do it like now, right? So we're anticipating that President Biden will sign off or sign into law the extension before the deadline. He has not done it yet. I did check up on the status, but if you the SBA website says it's been extended, your lender portals and websites will say it's been extended. So it's been extended. Okay, meaning that they're not going to cut it off, but I would not wait. The opportunity is now. So someone is asking in regards to bank account. I said one of the main components is being able to receive wire transfers. What if you have an account through a Western Union? No. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't recommend that. Western Union is not a bank account. Yes, it's a wire transfer system, but here's the thing. They're looking for your business information to match your bank account. And with all of these programs, it doesn't matter which one you're applying for. They're looking to vet to make sure you're legitimate, your business is legitimate, and you have a corresponding bank account. So they're looking to match your business name or whatever you have. So if you're a gig worker and you don't have a business name and it's just you on the application, your business name is your name. Okay. That means your account needs to be in your name, either your name or your business name, however you're set up, right? So I'm set up as a business. I have business names. They're registered. They're registered and they can match it. That's the thing. They're going to be matching, seeing if they match the system. You know, a good example of this, I'm working on getting my women's certification for my second business, this one, and I ran into issues in the federal government awards system and getting verified because they were not matching it at the IRS. And I'm like, why aren't they matching it? I'm reading it and I'm like, why are they not matching the names? I'm like, is it the DBA I'm using? So fortunately, great news. I got a hold of the IRS. I called super early, by the way. I called the IRS. I actually got through and we spent time working on it. And he made updates to the name. We believe it's because how they set it up. My business name has LLC on the end. I don't put LLC on the end. That's how it shows up on my registration. That's how the SAM system pulls it in, or the Duns and Bradstreet that I told you all about. It pulled it in like that. So when they try to match it with the IRS doesn't have that LLC extension on the end. So it was causing problems and kept sending it back that it was not matching. And I'm like, okay, we need to resolve this issue. And so we did it today. So now I have to work 2 weeks. So that's just to say how important it is to make sure your information matches. Because if it does not, it's going to delay or possibly cause you to lose out on these funding opportunities. Okay. Someone else is saying, am I saying you requested forgiveness, received the approval, and then apply for the second draw? No, you can request the second draw right now before you request forgiveness. But what I'm saying is there's still so many businesses that have not requested forgiveness. Now, when you get funded, you have 8 to 24 weeks. So just count out 8, and you don't have to wait the full 24 weeks, okay? And they actually extended it back with one of I think the second extension on this program, they expanded it to the 24 weeks. So you now, instead of the 8, you have 8 to 24 weeks. And there's still people that haven't requested forgiveness. That is required in order to get that first draw forgiven, right? You can't just sit on the money. You have to use it. So if you have employees, you're using it to keep them employed. If it's your owner's compensation, you're using it for yourself to keep you in business. They expect you to use the money, not just sit on it, and to use it for the purposes of what it was intended. So if it's been more than 24 weeks, you can count it from the time that you were funded, and you need to be getting that forgiveness application, and you need to be contacting your lender to find out how to request forgiveness. They should have told you or reached out to you, or it may be on their website somewhere. You may be able to Google it. Whoever your lender is, you can Google, lender name, PPP, forgiveness, and it may pop up as well. What can a C Corp do? There are, Yorley, I hope I have your name correct. If you please go to the IRS website, not the IRS website, the SBA.gov is where you can find information on all of these programs. Go there and click on a PPP first draw. And there is a document there that details, it's a calculation document that tells how to calculate depending on the structure of your business. Okay. I would refer you to that because it tells verbatim how to calculate based on your business. Okay. Let me see. Let me go back. So it has a routing number, account number, and I do receive IRS stimulus check. It's not the same thing. So I do know some people, I know even Cash App. I don't recommend Cash App, by the way. There's been many issues with it, but you can get your stimulus check through Cash App. I wouldn't use it for business. That's not going to fly with the Cash App. And I mean, I can only recommend you do what you want. I'm telling you, people have lost out on grants of thousands of dollars because they didn't have a business bank account. They thought they could use their PayPal account. They thought they could use their Cash App account, and you cannot. Right? IRS stimulus check is different than when you're handling business. And Cash App isn't, if it's to pay your friends and family, right? Somebody needs money, you're sending it. It's not for business transactions. Unless you set up a business account, but still it is not recognized as a bank account. Okay. That's why people missed out on the eidl grant because of that. Okay. You have to have a business bank account or some type of account, a bank account. Yes, you'll need your Schedule C for 2019. Oh, before I forget this, you also have an option to apply. This is so important. You have the option to apply for PPP based on either your 2019 income and 2020 income. This is great news. Like, I should have applied for the one business that I just got funded under for 2020 instead of 2019. But for second draw, I'm going to try to do it for 2020. Although I had a big loss, I actually wound up making more in 2020. Okay. So I had a big loss, but I had a big windfalls at the end of 2020. So you have an option to either to calculate based on your 2019 income or your 2020 income. Now, let me tell you, for this business, She Boss Talk, I haven't done 2020 taxes in either business, but for this business, I actually apply under 2020 income. And what do I say do? Even if you have not filed, you need the form. You can find all tax forms on irs.gov. I simply downloaded the Schedule C form and filled it out as I would if I was regularly filing my taxes in the system. And so I gathered all of my receipts, and then so I make sure my information is accurate, all my gross sales that I made across the various platforms. And then I put the information there. So all the numbers are they're correct on line 7, line 31. And I'm not even concerned with line 31 because everything is based on line 7 on my Schedule C form. So I didn't make I didn't make any money in my new business. Startups, if you're a startup, please notate in the comments. I started this business as a business in late 2019, which was October. So right before the virus hit. And then I started making money in January of 2020. Then then coronavirus hit. Okay. So, but I had a loss, wasn't making any money the earlier part of the year. Then again, in this business, I had a big windfall towards the end of the year. So I used my 2020 income and not my 2019. Okay. And so, and so that was to my benefit as well. And this means all your income. So this is not just sales. So when you're calculating on your taxes, and again, if you don't know how to do your own taxes, go to a consultant or an accountant. Okay, this is very important. Someone that's well versed in small business. But you will put any grant money that you receive. Right? We know that PPP is tax deductible, is tax free at the federal level. Okay, they're working on getting it tax free at the state level. Depending on your state, some states don't have income tax, but the other ones that do, you may be taxed at the state level. You petition the states to get rid of that. So if it's not taxed at the federal level, it shouldn't be taxed at the state level. Your eidl grants are tax free. But your other grants, so we all know I received other grants that are not tax free. They are taxable and they are income. They're not sales income, but it is considered income for my business that has to be spent on my business. So there's a line on there that I include that is also added into what I can use to calculate the amount of my PPP loan. Fabulous. Okay, so that's what I did. So again, you assess where you are, how much you made in 2019 versus 2020, and which one you want to use to base your calculation on to get your loan amount. Okay, now if you're applying for second draw, just a reminder, this is for those that have 300 employees or less, and you have to have had a loss of gross revenues or gross receipts of 25% or more to qualify for this program. And again, plan to request for forgiveness of your first loan. That's how you qualify for the second draw. Okay, so different eligibility requirements depending if it's the first draw or the second. All right, I hope that makes sense. Yep. Okay. Yeah, Gloria, that's what I did. Okay. If you all caught what I just said and you're going to use it, please let me know in the comments. You want to get as much money as you can. Okay. Get as much money as you can. I don't know your personal revenues, but I'm telling you what I did, how I assessed it, and I knew what I made in 2019 versus 2020 for all my businesses. And then I based on that, I applied on based on 2019 or 2020. But you have the option. That's the thing. You have the option. So whatever is going to reap you the most, use that to apply. Okay, so someone is saying their bank only approved them for 1,000 and I didn't take it. Is there other lenders? It depends on when you applied. So again, go through the calculation that I did. I don't know when you applied, where you got the $1,000, because most lenders aren't even given if it's, well, you just met that threshold. So again, I would do your own calculation based on your Schedule C if that's what you're using. And line number 7, divide by 12, times it by 2.5. And then see what that number is. If that number is above 1,000, that means it's under the new rules, right? So you do have the option to to withdraw an application that is pending under the old rules and then reapply under the new rules, or apply with another lender under the new rules. But let me remind you of this. Although this hasn't happened yet, you cannot. Schedule C filers cannot retroactively get the increase right now. There's a big push for that to happen. So it may happen, which means that all of you schedule filers that apply before they change the rules, that made it where you could apply with line 7 with your gross income. They at some point it may change where they may retroactively give you the increase without you having to do anything. Okay, because they already have your tax returns. They know what was on line 7. If anything, they may have you update your bank account or something like that. Nonprofits can apply. I don't know why so many nonprofits don't think that they can apply for Paycheck Protection Program. Can you please let your nonprofit people know? 501c3, 501c6, they've expanded the list of nonprofits that can apply for this for Paycheck Protection Program. Okay, as a reminder, this is a forgivable loan program that turns into a grant. You can get 100% forgiveness. Those owners out there, if you don't have employees, gig workers, I try to tell as many people as I know if they're gig workers, because it's most of you all that don't know that you even qualify for these programs. And I send them the link and I say apply, right? And I send them my videos and I'm like, have you heard about this program? And they're like, no. Well, you can get free money, and this is how you're going to do it, right? You want to make sure you're doing everything right and above board. But it's still too many millions of businesses out here that don't know. So if I receive my funding on the 15th, I can then apply for a second draw on the 30th. You can try. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I can't guarantee they are going to process it. But they may hold it, okay. But it's still, you have it in. I wouldn't wait till the absolute deadline. I wouldn't wait till May. There's so many that still have not applied. Yes, There's still so many that they don't have a clue. They don't know. And I even had like one of my peers, he owns a barber shop. And I said, have you told your people they're 1099 business owners? You are a business owner. You're not somebody's employee on a W-2 form. They're not paying you, taking out payroll taxes. You have a business. If you are exchanging a product or a service for money or something of value, you are in business. Okay, which means you can qualify for this program. And you don't, the great thing about this program in eidl, you're not required to have a EIN number. You don't have to be registered, meaning your business doesn't have to be registered. So if you're a gig worker doing Uber Eats or DoorDash or Lyft, or if you are a network marketer doing Mary Kay, even if you're a real estate agent, and you are on 1099, you can qualify for this program. I mean, the money is here. I mean, watch the I would say go to our playlist, go to our PPP playlist, watch the videos and start applying. People contact me all the time saying how our videos has helped them. They got the application in, they got funded. They're funded. They have their money. Free money for their business. Can you apply if you don't issue yourself a W-2 or 1099 under my S Corp? You should be paying yourself some way. Owner's draw, like it again. I would go back to the calculations for Schedule C filers. So if you filed on the Schedule C, it doesn't really matter. Like it matters and it doesn't if you have a 1099. Okay. And not all income is from 1099. Like I had sales that weren't on, it's not 1099. It comes from Square, Stripe, or any of those fintech companies where I generate sales from my business. Oh, you only get 1099s if someone pays you $600 or more in a given year. Okay. All you would do is go by the line. If you have a Schedule C, what they're saying, the line 7, that's how you're determining what your owner's compensation is. Now, if you're not filing on a Schedule C, the calculation is on the SBA website in their calculation document. They tell you if you're a nonprofit how to calculate. If you're a C Corp, S Corp, you have employees. They tell you all that there. Go on the SBA website for first draw applicants. Yes, you can apply for multiple businesses. I think I've said that. I think I answered all these questions. Again, if you have questions, even if I don't get to them on the air, I will definitely follow up. Yes, churches can apply if you're 501c3. You can also find information again on nonprofits on the SBA website, who qualifies. Now, before I end this, let me just recap some of what you can spend the money on. We know payroll, everything related to payroll, right? Including healthcare benefits, everything that you pay for your employees is a cap at a max earnings of $100,000, just like your owner's compensation. So if your employee makes or earns $150,000, you must cap it at $100,000. If you as the owner, your compensation is $200,000, what are you going to do? You're going to cap it at $100,000. It cannot be more than $100,000. Okay. And you're going to calculate based on the average monthly payroll amount, same calculation, dividing it by 12, then you're going to times it by 2.5. Okay. This is across the board. So, but what they're saying is for owner's compensation, the most is $20,833.33 that you can get as the owner. Okay. So I hope that makes sense for everybody. And again, it's just your owner's draw, what you pay yourself like if you're set up as an LLC or a sole proprietor, you're not required to put yourself on payroll, right? You're not required. You can take an owner's draw, which is simple. process. You can even set up a designated account for owner's draw to pay yourself into. You set it up like I told you. You can do it try the method I did, or even in your accounting system, there may be an option to just choose owner's compensation. So there are a number of different ways you can do it. I know I've had a lot of questions on that, so that's why I'm covering that again. For this program, you can even use your social. So if you don't have a business, you don't have an EIN, I don't recommend it, but it is what it is, okay? You can use your social. That's what you want to do. If you don't have a employer identification number, if you don't have a business name, you're going to use your social, you're going to use your name and apply for the Paycheck Protection Program. There's a lot of payroll systems. People use ADP, Paychecks. If you have QuickBooks, your accounting systems are good options to use as well. So if you have QuickBooks or Xero or Wave, all of those have payroll systems. So you need to just think and, again, talk to your accountant about, should you have yourself on payroll? Should you continue with owner's draw? I just answered this question. Yes, real estate. I don't know about investors. Really, you have to be active in your business. So I would, again, read the rules. I was just reading this earlier. It's a difference between if you're passive in your business and active in your business. So that was one of the things, I think, even on the Schedule C form, it asked that. So like if you're just investing property and you're not really working the property, it's just investment property, there's a difference. Okay. But if you're a real estate agent, I definitely know you can apply. Yes. So they extended it to 31st. The president, we're still waiting on him to sign the bill. We anticipate he will do it by the deadline. I will let you all know when he does. But I wouldn't wait. I would apply. Watch our videos. We have a playlist available. Get the help you need. Some additional resources for you are the small business development centers in your local area. Also, the SCORE office. I'm a SCORE mentor. So find these places. They do webinars too for free. Even on the SBA website, see where they may have had a webinar. I know we had one like a couple weeks ago that was really good. They will be doing more and more of these. But there is free options available. If you have not picked up our winning grant application cheat sheet or gotten the win grants with these Masterclass bundle, highly recommend that you get it, because a lot of the issues and challenges people are still telling me that they have, if they just get the cheat sheet and get the Masterclass, that would resolve your problem. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars for a grant writer or spend tons of time in a lengthy proposal. I've put all the tips and tricks in here, giving you everything that I've done to win over $100,000 in grants for my business. I've helped thousands of business owners get thousands of dollars, thousands for their businesses. So, use the tools that we have, and then we have a free grant tracker that we have up to date grants and pitch competitions on our website that you can access for free. Use that as a starting point to access free money for your business. The opportunity is now. No other time like this is there money being given to small businesses like it is right now. And there's more of it coming. Just check our YouTube channel. I mean, I talk about PPP today, but we already know we're in the middle of getting targeted eidl grants. The restaurant revitalization grant is coming. The shutter venue operators grant is going live on April the 8th. Childcare provider grants are coming. They're being rolled out to the states for childcare providers to get grants. I mean, and some of these grants are up to $10 million. $10 million for some of these industries. The shutter venues, the restaurant revitalization grant is $10,000. And then some of these programs have multiple grants. So you get one grant, then you get you can qualify for a supplemental grant. Okay. So that's the SVO grant as well as the targeted EIDL grant. And then more money is coming. More money is coming. But the question is, are you ready? Let me know in the comments if you're ready to get money. And if you need to get ready, it doesn't matter what happened before. It doesn't matter if you didn't qualify before. What you want to start today. Where are you right now? Use that as a baseline. Use our tools as a checklist to make a plan to get your business in order. Make a plan. The reason that I'm able to get all these access to opportunities is because I have my business in order. One of the things that helped me was already being certified, having my business certified. So if you need to have your business certified as a small business, minority business, woman business, veteran business, whatever, as a for-profit business, and you want to build an enterprise, get our MBE certification masterclass bundle. I mean, this is just going to open up your business to multiple six figures, multiple seven figures in your business. The time is now to do it. I don't care that we're in a crisis. There's plenty of opportunities right now, and I'm sharing them with you. Not too many people are going to share this information and then go tell you how to get it. I believe in sharing the wealth. I mean, there's billions of dollars to get out there, and every single one of us can have a piece of the pie and should have a piece. But I can only lead you. I can give you the information. You have to take action on behalf of yourself, your business, and your family. So I will hope that you do that. Hope this video has been beneficial to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being in support. Remember to share out this video, impact another business, help them stay in business. You can do that by just sharing the video. Again, if you have not subscribed already and you enjoy our content, subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Continue to be the boss with Amplify Impact and continue to stay safe and in good health. Have a wonderful day.